There are two main categories which divide music videos. These are performance and conceptual. Conceptual videos are made up of two sub-levels, narrative and artistic. Most music videos include both performance and conceptual.
A conventional performance music video is one that features the artist performing the song. This can be through lip syncing. A video that is solely composed of performance narrative requires an element of creativity in order to keep the audience intrigued. This is usually done through gaining multiple angled shots from multiple locations, and usually various mise-en-scène is featured.
This is in order to keep the audience's attention and engage them throughout the duration of the video. From previous research, we found that there is a standard set of conventions for music videos and the genre that they fall into.
Our chosen genre is indie/folk. We find that conventions for this genre included the following: narrative and performance style video, for example, Jake Bugg and James Bay.
Here is how we followed this convention. Romantic element, for example, John Legend and Codeline. Here is how we followed this convention. The use of instruments, for example, Ed Sheeran and Tom Odell. Here is how we followed this convention. And the use of an establishing shot before the soundtrack begins, for example, George Ezra and Jake Bugg. Here is how we followed this convention.
We also find the typicality of the genre was to have the protagonist being the artist, which we also followed. By following these conventions, we feel as if we have made more of a professional music video and therefore appeal to our target audience. However, we wish to go against the star image evident in many music videos, particularly those that fall within the pop and mainstream genre. For example, Bruno Mars, Taylor Swift, Beyoncé.
We achieved this by using an unconventional character, whilst also following our target audience to relate to him, because our video challenges many topics that are very current, such as love and money.
Within our director's commentary, we will discuss how our media product uses, develops or challenges forms and conventions of real media products.
Our establishing shot was used to give the audience an immediate impression of his background and social status. The shots of him getting off the bus and handing out leaflets in the city create an urban mise-en-scène, which would appeal to our target audience.
We then introduced a romantic element early on in the video to intrigue our audience. We decided, instead of using a typical performance video, to incorporate the narrative storyline of him with the girl with the performance aspect by having him lip syncing.
The pull into focus shot we found to be a convention in alternative music videos and helps make our video fit with the genre conventions. We also found a convention in music videos was to reflect the tempo of the song alongside the speed of cuts. We used a range of extreme close-ups, medium shots and panning shots in a variety of locations and angles to match the rhythm of the chorus and keep the video exciting and upbeat.
We decided to use two contrasting locations to set our music video, urban and rural. We decided to integrate shots of the girl between performance shots to enhance the romantic element of our music video. To highlight this contrast further, we used a filter over the countryside footage to emphasise his imagination. We did this to engage with our audience and prevent it from becoming repetitive. We also did this to create a contrast between reality and imagination.
Here we used a time-lapse technique by increasing the speed of the shot using the time remapping tool, along to the lyric, "Caught in the tide of blossom, caught in the carnival." As this follows the narrative theory by Andrew Goodwin, that music videos should have a strong link between lyrics and visuals.
This is also a use of cameo.
The idea of a tide being a sea of people around him, making him seem alone despite being surrounded by people.
We decided to use fast cuts between shots of him alone in the city busking with him in the countryside with the girl, as this creates a vast contrast and will later help the audience to understand the difference between the artist's imagination and the reality.
The shots of the artist and the girl walking into the distance represent his fading imagination for their love. We decided to blur the image in order to emphasise this.
The shot of him busking and receiving money creates an image of the reality of a working class teenager, something our target audience can relate to. This is also a use of cameo.
We decided to represent our target audience using the characters in the music video. We did this through their fashion clothes, which were conventional to typical teenagers and would appeal to our alternative target audience. For example, skinny jeans, trainers, hoodie.
We find the use of filters to be a convention within our genre, such as Royal Blood's Figure It Out video and John Legend's All of Me video. We decided to alter the colour balance, saturation and brightness of the imagination shots to fit in with conventions we found during research which would appeal to our target audience.
The idea of having a twist at the end of the video is a convention we found within popular music videos, for example Ed Sheeran's Lego House. We use this because throughout the video the audience think that they have a relationship, until the end when she begins to disappear and the audience realise he imagined their entire relationship.
The mise-en-scène at the end of the music video is of a run-down urban setting which represents the mood of the scene being less upbeat to portray his heartbreak.
The fade to black at the end of the music video adds to the emotive atmosphere we would like to portray.